Hello everyone, I am Dr. Roja Eddy coming back with the third chapter of Types of Research, which is there in the syllabus copy of final year BM students. So, the third chapter of Research and Methodology as per new NCAS syllabus is Types of Research. So there are five different types of research are mentioned. We will discuss one by one. This video, we will try to finish till qualitative, quantitative and mixed research. And those two, last two, observational and interventional, descriptive and analytical, these two varieties of types, research types will be explained in the video which is coming out next week. So, the types of research, to be frank, very simple topics if you understand this class cautiously. So, be alert in my class. Primary research, as the name suggests, you are collecting the data from the source. It is not like from anywhere. Okay, from the source, we are collecting the data. What is the definition of this primary data? Is primary research involves collecting new original data directly from sources for a specific purpose or study. See, we are collecting the data, some studies going on somewhere. We are collecting data, which means that we are collecting data from the study itself. Nowhere it is collected. Directly collecting from a source. For what purpose? For a specific purpose or study. Okay. It gives first-hand information that has not been collected before. If it is already there, it is like a secondary data we were going and collecting. Because it is like a first-hand information we are collecting in case of primary research. What are the methods we do adopt in case of primary researches? Surveys or questionnaires, interviews, it may be face-to-face, phone-to-phone, or online. Observations, experiments, focus groups, field visit, field studies. What are the advantages of this primary research? See, data is specific and directly relevant to your research question. See, we are having a research question, we are collecting the data from the source, so it is definitely 100% relevant to the study, right? Which is not like irrelevant to our study. We have control over data collection methods and quality. See, many times we get data from many sources. We don't know how much genuine they have. But here we are collecting the data directly from the primary source. So we have control over data collection methods and quality. It provides up-to-date and accurate insights. These three are the advantages of primary research. Disadvantages, obviously, if we are conducting study, it is definitely time consuming. If we are already having data, we are going and collecting it within 1 to 2 hours. It was about to finish. But if it is a primary source, we definitely have to collect data. It is like time consuming and costly as well. If you want to conduct a study, it has to be funded. Otherwise, nobody will go and do study for free of cost, right? So it is costly as well. And before doing any of the research work, we need certain plans. So the research work has to go under through the plans, right? So more planning and effort is needed for this primary research. And it may have a smaller sample size. Yeah. These three are the disadvantages of this primary research. Example, a company conducts a survey to find out what customer thinks of a new product. So this is regarding primary research. So in this type, the second one is secondary research. So primary and secondary research both are opposite, remembering. Secondary research involves using existing data that has already been collected and published by others. See, here we already have data. We're just going and collecting within few hours. Yeah. It helps in building background knowledge and identifying research gaps. What are the sources for this primary research? It is not just the online. See here, it is books, journals, government reports, statistics, company records, online databases like Google Scholar, PubMed, news, articles, and websites. All these are the sources of secondary research. Advantages of the secondary research: quick and inexpensive. As I told you, within 2 hours you can go and collect. And inexpensive. See, whenever you want, To collect the data, do we need a money? Definitely not. If we have a network, we can collect data from websites, online sources. If we want to collect data from the books, obviously we need to pay for the books, or we may go library and refer it. That itself is sufficient. So it is totally inexpensive and helps provides context and background information. It helps to provide background information for the study what we do. Can be used to compare with new primary data if the data remains same. Okay, if we are conducting research work on Diabetes mellitus, you think on Asanadi Quatachona, you are taking is an example. If previously data is present, you can compare your present data with previous data. If they have used same Asanadi Quatachona in Diabetes mellitus. And the disadvantages here, data may be outdated or irrelevant. You have data, but it may be outdated, which can't be compared to this generation. And it may be irrelevant as well. Limited control over data quality because we have not conducted the study. How it went, we definitely don't know. So it is having limited control over data quality. We don't know how much quality it has may not perfectly fit your research objectives. These three are the disadvantages of secondary research. So, example, a researcher uses government population data to analyze demographic trends. So, it is an example for secondary research. So, the quick revision between primary and secondary research data source, original, first hand, secondary research you take existing, already collected. Methods are different surveys, interviews, experiments, secondary research, books, reports, databases. Cost is high in case of primary research and more in secondary research. Relevance is directly related, maybe general in secondary research. Control over data full and limited here. Example, conducting a customer survey here using government statistics. So very, very simple. It is the first hand information, original information we are directly collecting from the sources. As the name suggests, it is primary research. In case of secondary research, as it told secondary, we are collecting the already existing data. For example, books, reports, and databases. I hope all the students have understood completely the difference between primary and secondary research. Next, we shall move towards basic research. So, basic research, fundamental or pure research. See, research types are very, very simple. As the name suggests, you can explain yourself because primary, secondary, you got to know. When it comes to basic research, obviously, applied research is the opposite one. Here, the purpose of basic research is to expand knowledge and understanding of fundamental principles. So, goal discover new information without immediate practical application. See, we are not using it to apply it. Whatever data we are already having, we are conducting a research on it, whether it is genuine or not. Okay. Example, studying how a particular fungus grows at the cellular level are exploring the molecular mechanism of infection. Molecular mechanism of infection. See, infection takes place at what level that we are studying. It is already existing. We are looking after to expand the knowledge and we are conducting a study to understand the fundamental principles itself. Example in Ayurveda context is given. We all of us know Durdurapatradi Taila is most commonly effective in dandruff. So, investing the chemical composition of an herbal oil and its effect on fungal cell membranes in vitro. We all of us know Durdurapatradi Taila is indicated in this dandruff, which is over the scalp, and most of the time, 60% of this one is from fungus Malassezia species, which is already known. So if it is indicated how it works, what chemical content of this Durdura Patradi Thaila have effect on the fungal cell membrane to destroy these fungus and to get rid of this disease, which is already known to understand the fundamental principles to expand the knowledge we are conducting a study. C is a systematic inquiry driven purely by curiosity to expand scientific theories and fundamental knowledge. Unlike applied research, it doesn't aim to solve an immediate specific real world problem. but rather lays the theoretical foundation that fuels future technological and practical innovation. Applied research. So, the purpose of applied research is to solve specific practical problems using existing knowledge. Goals: find solution or develop products or processes. See, we are already having a problem in front of us. We are conducting a research to find solution for a particular problem. Example, see basic research here it is continued testing Dardura Batrari Thaila for its antifungal activity against Malassezia species to see if it can be used as a treatment because we need to apply evaluating how effective a classical formulation in treating skin disorders caused by fungal infection. So we are applying here on patients. Next, translational research here, as the name suggests, translatory. To translate laboratory findings, basic or applied research, into real world clinical or community use. Bridge the gap between lab research and patient care. Okay. Examples: conducting clinical trials to test the safety and efficacy of Dhartura in human subjects with malassezia related skin conditions and developing guidelines for clinical application. See how we thought about application in applied research, and we have done very well on the basic principles of using Durturapatradi thyla in fungal diseases. Now we are translating it in translational research. We are conducting clinical trials to test the safety and efficacy of Durturapatradi thyla in such patients. So here, clear cut differentiation between these three are there. Understand underlying mechanism, develop solution for specific problems, and move lab findings to clinical use. Okay. So example is given as how I explained now. I hope all of you understood these different types of research. So primary and secondary research, first type, basic, applied, and translational research. We will study one more research, which is qualitative, quantitative, and mixed research. As the name suggests, in qualitative research, a research approach that focuses on understanding meanings, experiences, opinions, and perceptions. It deals with non numerical data like words, observations, stories, and interviews. See, in qualitative research, we collect the data in the form of words, stories, interviews, or observations. It is not numerical. That comes under qualitative data. To explore concepts deeply and understand why something happens. This we'll discuss here. So common methods while collecting qualitative data is interviews, focus groups, case studies, observations, and document analysis. Example, a researcher interviews mother to understand their experience of breastfeeding in the first 3 months. How she may give answer. It may be the worst, good, or okay like that. So we are collecting data in the form of words, not in numbers. So quantitative data, a research approach that deals with numerical data, measurement, and statistics. As the name suggests, quantitative, it is just the numbers, measurements, and statistics. So the purpose of using this quantitative data, you see, everyone were having hypothesis. Whenever we want to check hypothesis, we should definitely have the statistic. So to test hypothesis, measure variables, and establish cause effect relationship, we definitely need this quantitative research. So some common methods adopted here are surveys with closed-ended questions, experiments, clinical trials, statistical analysis. Example, a researcher measures the blood pressure changes in 100 patients after giving a new medication. Mixed research, a combination of both qualitative and quantitative approach in a single study. Purpose to get a complete understanding by collecting both numerical data and detailed personal insights. A study on online education is an example for mixed research. Quantitative, conduct a survey to measure student performance. Qualitative, conduct interviews to understand their challenges and experiences. So here the study includes both numerical data as well as the words, expressions. To be quick, world's opinion, numbers, statistics, both explore, measure, integrate findings, small, large, moderate sample size, methods, interviews, case studies, surveys, experiments, and combination of these two. I hope all of you, all BMS students have understood types of research till now. The last two varieties when it comes to types of research we will discuss in the next video which comes out in the next week. Till then, you keep watching my channel day by day to get update. Thank you, Anana.